Have you accepted?
You allow
Yes.
me.
Yes, yes. Now it
Yes.
has
Yes,
started.
yes, yes, of course. Start.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay. So how are
So good
you?
morning, ma'am. How are you?
Good afternoon. I think it's time to
Yes,
good
yes. Very good
afternoon.
afternoon.
Yeah, very good afternoon.
Yes.
So how
Very
have you
good
been?
afternoon. Yes, I'm totally fine. What about you?
Yeah, good to hear. Yeah, I am also doing so fantastic so far. Thank you for asking me. So I think we have been meeting for last and three times, three and four
Mm-hmm.
times. I think it's not our
Yes.
first time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so would you
So
like
now,
to initiate your introduction?
introduction.
Yeah,
Okay.
little
Sure.
bit. You can
Yeah.
give in brief.
Okay, okay, sure. So this is Chandan here. I live in Bihar state, and professionally I'm a teacher. If I talk about my hobbies, I love to talk to new people and traveling different places. That's all.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Thank you.
So yeah.
So, so ma'am, tell me, how is the weather in your side today?
Today the weather is really very present. It's not hot today, but yeah, yesterday it was really scorching hot. But yeah, today I can say it's a little bit relief.
Because in
Yeah.
my side, you can say today is a rainy day, I would say, and getting, cold wind
Oh,
following, and I feel so nice today.
yeah. Here is also so nice weather.
So tell me about may I know your daily routine? Because I know you are a quite busy person.
No, I can say I'm not quite busy because I'm not working this year. I am just I am busy, but not that much busy. So yeah, my routine as usual. I do in the morning. I do some kind of exercise. I get up early and do exercise, and then do my routine. Like I have to take water, detox water. So this kind of things I do, and then after 30 or 40 minutes, I take my breakfast, and then I do preparation for the next session, and I that time I yeah, I work upon on my communication skill that I just want to learn, 2 and 3 words. I just try to learn 2 and 3 words before having conversation with anybody. And in the afternoon, I try to connect at least with one person if it is possible. And yeah, as usual. And then in the evening, I teach, tuition 4 to 6 I teach tuition, and then after 6 I talk on audio call. So that's how my day is spent. It's,
Wow,
yeah, it's
you are
not
doing
quite
really,
busy.
of
Yeah,
course, you are doing really hard work over this language. I think I would say you have really great fluency over this language. I can perceive. And as you mentioned, like you are trying to learn new vocabulary. So it's also very fantastic for you. And because vocabulary is the root of spoken English. And if you do not have the appropriate knowledge about vocabulary, so you are not being able to manifest your ideas,
of
right?
course. If you want to be flow, if you want to be clarity in your thought, that time you should have lots of words, because words plays a really very imperative role in your speaking. Because before speaking we need words, we need to articulate the words in a way, in a well manner. So that's why I'm just trying to focus on vocabulary.
Mm. And what about grammars? What do you consider about grammar?
It's a really very interesting question, because most of the people, get perplexed about the grammar, that we need to learn. First, we need to learn grammar, or first we should avoid it. So I can say that what I have experienced that grammar initially grammar is not necessary, because as you are an adult, as you have grown up, so you know little bit grammar. Of course we all know, because we have studied English as well in our college or in our school. Till 12th we have studied grammar. Then if you want to initiate this journey, so I think you don't need to too much focus on the grammar. If you know basic rules of grammar, if you know, I would say that if you, at least if you know the basic grammar, so I think initially in the beginning it is enough. It is enough for you, and you don't need to too much attention on your grammar. You have to focus on your listening. The more you will speak, the more you will get words, the more you will, you will come across new structures of sentences and gradually and slowly you will automatically, it happens. Because I have seen in my case, I did not pay attention. Even I didn't know too much about the grammar. I just only knew very basic grammar. But when I started to listen, more and more, so gradually and slowly, I realized that my grammar is improving as well, while speaking. Sorry, while speaking and while listening. So in this
Hmm.
way, I have improved my grammar after 6 months spending on my listening, on my speaking. I am just trying to be focusing not that much. I'm just trying to grab some correct information in grammar about the rule and vocabulary and articles and everything. So now I am focusing not too much. I just give 30 minutes to grammar part. Otherwise I mainly I focus on my listening, on my speaking. Now I am reading a lot every single day.
Of
So
course, I can see.
yeah.
Because of these reasons, you have great fluency over this language, I can see. So, what do you consider having idioms, phrases, knowledge? It can make your speaking so fast and fluent. It
Yeah.
is
Yes.
possible.
Yes, that is true. That is true, and I completely agree with that. Because if you have idioms and phrases, that time your English seems to be very, very fancy. It seems to be very eloquent if you use, and it seems to be very, beautiful when you use idioms, phrases, or advanced words. So that time, I would consider that we also, we should learn idioms, phrases, and fancy words, new words. Of course, I agree with that, and I'm trying
That's
to,
great.
yeah, I'm trying to learn phrases and idioms as well. Sometime I use, sometime I don't use. Yeah,
Yes, it's very difficult, you know.
it's very
I
difficult.
know you are quite capable for using all of them, but what about others? They are not being able to use, right?
Yeah, right.
So I have raised here the one question again, like whatever we have improved, whatever we have learned out by any ways. So when the times comes out to utilizing all data in our conversation, so what is the strategy of yours to recall out all the data what you learned previously in your conversation? How will you use? What is your techniques, methods?
How? No, still I am not getting proper meaning what you are saying. So could you please repeat that?
Okay.
Yeah,
Let me make it short. Like whatever you learn,
yeah,
vocabulary, idiom, phrases,
yeah.
right? So how will you use these are things in your conversation? What is your techniques and methods for using these kinds of data in your conversation?
It is really very good question you have asked me, because how I utilize those words, whatever those idioms or phrases or words, whatever I have learned throughout this journey. So it's not it's not easy to use. If you have learned, like today, I have learned phrases and idioms, and at the same time I have learned five words. So next, next time, tomorrow, I'm thinking that I will utilize in my conversation. But it doesn't happen. It doesn't go in this way because recalling is really very difficult. So for recalling the word, for recalling the phrase, you need to, you need to revision many times, like countless revision you need. So if you are revising every single day, and after 1 week, what I do, no, 1 week I revise that word very attentively and actively, and I try to, recall that word while conversation. But if I don't do in this way, so next day after 1 week, what I do, I take that phrase or idioms. I know I write down on the paper, and that paper I keep it in front of me, and then I see that phrase or that word, and then I try to use word and idiom phrases. And today I have paper and I am trying to use, I think, word. Yeah, but I think I did not look at paper. I'm trying to, yeah, then let's see if I'm able to use.
I think, ma'am, this is a really unique strategy of yours, really. Putting papers besides and noting down all these data,
Yeah.
and while having conversation, you're going to recall all these things. So it's a very easy and unique methods. Today I
Yeah,
learned from
I
you.
can say, but everyone has their own way of learning words, of learning, idioms. So I think I found it easy this way. Maybe someone seems to be difficult, but you can try. At least we can try.
Yes, you are right, ma'am. And I do this, I will do, really. Actually, I'm really curious to know, like, having free time, especially. I know you are quite engagement person, but instead of having free time, what do you do at your free time? I would like to know.
Having free time, so I those days I am really very eager for learning this language. Whenever I get time, I just try to utilize this time for enhancing my communication skill, for enhancing my vocabulary, for expanding my vocabulary, and so for that reason, and for expanding my knowledge, I just whenever I get time, I just try to listen a lot and a lot. And now I am listening, now those days I am listening 4 and 5 hours because I have enough time, I'm not working. So I have time, so I'm listening a lot, and simultaneously I am reading a lot. At least 8 and 9 page I am reading every single day. And also I'm watching. I don't waste my time in watching, scroll up the YouTube, scroll up and Instagram, and scroll up my Facebook. I don't do in this way. I just if I am using my Instagram, so I use for learning something related to English.
Hmm.
And if I am,
Okay.
yeah, if I am watching something on YouTube, so it I must be watch in English. Whatever it can be, anything.
Wow. It's
Yeah.
quite interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. So now I would like to know who is your idol?
In my life, or for just inspiring this journey.
Of course, inspiring your journey, and you can give me your life idol as well.
So I would say my life idol is my father, because he gave me so much, he still give me so much courage to do the things, and he support me in my way, whatever I do. So he is my idol.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And especially, I would say, like, you are really performing, tremendously nowadays. You speak very nice.
Yeah,
and you are quite aggressive learner, I would say. You are
yeah,
quite
you can say.
intentionally.
Yeah, you can say.
Yes. I
Yeah,
think having this quality, it's a somewhere it's a quite imperative to every person,
yeah.
to grasp more and more knowledge and working very hard on any particular goals or any languages, I would say,
Mm,
right?
yeah, right.
So, of course, you are a quite obsessive person towards this language, and this obsessiveness, will pay you what you deserve, right?
Are you asking me something or are you telling me something?
No, I'm telling you something.
Okay, you're telling me. I thought you were asking me something. So now I got perplexed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, ma'am, you tell me now in current scenario, what books have you been following?
What book? Are you talking about book? So now
Yes.
I am reading Alchemist.
Oh,
Yeah,
very
and
interesting.
I have just started that book. I think it's about 2 and 3 days. I have started that book, and after finishing that book, I will read. I would read Ikigai. I also
Ikigai.
Ikigai.
I have heard. I have heard this book is quite easy.
Yeah,
Ikigai.
Ikigai. So now I'm reading a lot these days.
Yes. One of my friend said to me about this book. Ikigai, it's a quite convenient book where you are going to have very easy and normal vocabulary.
Hmm.
Without suffering, you can complete the entire book.
Yeah, and
That's wonderful, really.
yeah.
So, ma'am, tell me, have you been following any speech, any English speech nowadays? Because most of the learners have the habit of watching English content, I mean English movies, and watching, English reels. So, do you do anything for?
Yeah, yeah, I do. And earlier I was watching podcast a lot. I think two
Mm.
podcasts in a day I was watching. But now I have shifted, my interest in watching traveling vlog. And that vlog is in English. And
Okay.
she's a foreigner, so she always upload, she always upload, traveling vlog. So I'm really very fond of traveling. So that's why I have shifted my my interest in watching to traveling vlog. So I'm really enjoying to watch. And that that vlogs really captivating me every single day, and I just try to watch at least one travel vlog in a day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great. So, ma'am, have you ever considered you should talk to publicly? Have you ever talked to any person in market or in your day-to-day life? Have you utilized this language?
No, to be honest, still I feel little bit, scared. I feel little bit fear whenever I go in the public, whenever I go in the market. So I feel, a little bit scared of talking, talking with anybody. But I am thinking to encounter this fear as well. So still, even now I didn't get chance to speak in public. But if I will get a chance, so I would surely, speak.
Of course, you can. I know. I believe on you. And of course, in your friend circles, many of them like you, they must be learning this language like you,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. Right.
So of course, you can talk to
Yeah.
your
I'm looking
friends, your
forward
colleagues.
to get a chance to speak in public. I'm looking forward.
Of course, what
Yeah.
is our ultimate goals in life behind learning this language? We just want to use this language in our day-to-day life, right?
Yeah.
And we are going to successfully talk to somebody in front of them.
Yeah.
So it would be right. It would be quite amazing for us.
Yeah, it was good. And you need lots of courage that time. Yeah. You have to gather some, lots of courage. And then in my case, I think that I need, first, I need, lots of courage. Now, first I need to gather lots of courage, and then I would be able to speak in public. Now I have to
Of course,
encounter
I
this
can.
fear as well.
I think you are living in a city.
No,
I think you can get multiple, similar people like you, right?
no, I am not
And
living
you
in
can make.
city. I am living in village.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
thinking.
Yeah.
Okay, so actually, I also belong to the Tula area. But yeah, whenever I get chance, I would never miss out. I
Mm.
really very curious person. I went to the stadium many times and made a few blogs as well. I think you might have watched.
I
So
think
you can also do this now.
yeah, that's why I'm thinking to speak in public, but I will do very soon.
Of course. As supposed to be you're going to shopping, shopping mall. So you can talk to sailor, right?
Mm.
And you can make vlogs as well, especially in the morning time whenever you go to walk.
Yeah,
In
yeah,
that situation also you can make vlogs, you can show some creativity, some environment to your audience. What do
yeah,
you think? I'm right.
yeah, yeah. This is it's really a great idea.
Yes. Every people are doing it. If I talk about some ma'ams, Sunita ma'ams,
Yeah,
she's
sweet
doing well.
adventure. Hmm.
Of course. Everyone can do.
Yeah, everyone can. Yes.
Okay. What countries would you like most?
What? Sorry, I did not
What
hear.
country? What country would you like to most?
I don't like any country because
Why?
because I feel that if you want, if you go in another country, so that time you don't feel a connection as you feel in your country. You don't feel people are friendly. In my, I'm telling from my perspective, and I don't know what other things. I'm just so I feel in this way. That's why I don't like any of country. I just like India, and I love a lot, and I don't need to. I I never think to go in other country. No, I don't like at all, and I'm not thinking to go in other country as well. Yeah, and
Okay.
I feel very,
Uh,
comfortable in my, and I feel very, connective with the people who are around, me. So that's why I'm not thinking, and I don't consider any
yeah.
country which is better than my country.
Yes, you're right, ma'am. I understand because of not having connection in other countries, I would say. Somewhere we feel so suffocated,
Yeah.
loneliness, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
because spending rest of the time in different countries, you are going to affect people's learning their mentality, many
Yeah.
more things. That is very important, right?
Yes.
So, so that's the reason, somewhere it would be quite a necessity to us
Hmm.
to switch ourselves, right? But I think with the strong, emotions you have been developed for many years in your own country, so it would be very difficult to go out of this,
Yes, of
right?
course.
Out of some others countries, so it would be
Yeah.
very difficult. If you mentally and emotionally are connected with your city, native place, I would say, then you can't consider to go out of this, right?
Mhm. Yeah. So I think we have been talking last. We have, yeah, we have remain only 9 minutes. I think we should wind up this session here.
Of course.
Yeah. So it was really nice conversation with you, and I really enjoy. And if I will get this video, so I'm really, I will surely send to you.
Of course, I know I 100% sure like you must receive because we have started recording,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Right.
Thank you so much for connecting with me.
Yeah.
And
Thank
today I
you.
learned many things from you. You're a quite experienced person. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Have a nice day.
Have a nice day too.